What's going on, everyone? So here we have the pretty much completed Xbox One S non-budget build. See, we got it all assembled. It's currently running. Now I do not have the pastel red fluid in there. It came with a pre-loop, what do you call it? I had to look it up. Primo Prep. It's loop prep fluid you mix with distilled water. You run it through for a few days. Then you'll drain that out and actually put in the pastel red. I think it's called powder red, the one that I got. The room is a little darker here, so you can see that cool little glow from the fan. I think that just looks so awesome. You can see how we have our tubing set up on the side here. Like I mentioned, we have the cubes. This one's going out of the block straight up into our radiator. Then from our radiator, it is connected with no tubing, just with a 90 here into our flow meter. And then another 90 right into the reservoir. And then the bottom here, the reservoir, goes straight down into our pump. And yeah, you can definitely feel the airflow coming out of all three sides, especially on the back here, which is really good. That means we're getting a lot of airflow across our whole motherboard. Of course, I mean, this fan is even bigger than the stock one. The stock one should be about 120. This is a 140. It's forcing a lot of air through there, and you can definitely feel the suction up here. Now, I could have done, and I could still go back and change this if I wanted to, and just basically flip this fan upside down, and just have the airflow like it was from factory, where it actually draws air in through all the sides and pushes it out the top. But this is the direction I had it originally, and it just works that way. I don't know, either way works fine. There's so much airflow, and this is keeping it cool enough that it's not like it's drawing in hot air through here or anything like that. Now you can't really see the temperature display from this angle. It just doesn't really read from that angle. But what's cool about this is you can see it right through the reservoir. Now, obviously, when I put in the other fluid, you probably won't be able to really see through it, but you can still read it through the back. So, I don't know. Because of this, it makes me kind of want to just put in distilled water, but I'm really curious to see how that pastel red's going to look in there, so especially in our flow meter. Other than that, you'll only be able to see it kind of through these end caps. This is already red, so it's going to make it just look more solid red. And then you'll see it through our cubes and side piping there. So I had an extra set of these little side panels here for the controller, so I did the splatter effect on there as well to match. And that is not the sound of my... We have YouTube pulled up on there. So, yeah, and I don't know, this sticker was just already on this old controller that I had, so I left it on there, and you can still remove the battery cover there. But anyway, really like it with these red buttons. What's weird about this solid red chrome power button is it doesn't actually allow any light to shine through it. Unlike the budget build one that had the hydro dipped purple galaxy type of cover on it, you could still see the light kind of through it a little bit. It's not the brightest light, so it's really just meant to light up the X on the original button there. But yeah, otherwise everything works great with this one. This is my original controller, and there is the slightest bit of drift on this analog stick, so I'll probably end up replacing that, but this one's not being sold anyway, so yeah. Also, as you can see, this one is in Fahrenheit. I know all of mine have been in Celsius. This one actually has a switch on the back, and I had it on Celsius, but when I installed it in there, it must have bumped the little button on the back on the hard drive and switched it back to Fahrenheit, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, that just pops right in and out, and I can just kind of switch that back. But I'm not really worried about it. So yeah, I played a little Grand Theft Auto. I've had it running for a while. It's gotten up to, I think, about 80 after doing Grand Theft Auto for a while. which 80 degrees Fahrenheit, I mean, that's insane. This room is at like 70, 71 degrees, so pretty cool stuff. Other than that, I mean, it's, again, you can hear the fan and the pump, a very slight hum, just like most of my other builds. Other than that, I mean, unless you hear something really droning or loud, I don't see why any noise at all would bother you if you're playing a game. But, and I'm sure the camera picks up the sound more than it actually is. I mean, it literally just sounds like any other just thing that's on. Um, yeah, Blood Splatter looks awesome. So that's pretty much the build here. And then before I end this video, I will kind of go over the cost of stuff. So I know I got, I'll give a rough estimate right now. I know these buttons, it was like, I don't know, $11 I think for this button set. This paint, the red anodized paint, was like 12 bucks. I bought this radiator for about $42. And like I said, I'll go back and see what the totals were with taxes and all that stuff. I got this reservoir for $30 used, and then I paid $15 for these clear clamps to replace the black ones it came with. And then I also replaced the end caps. They came with black end caps. I replaced it with these two Bits Power clear ones. Those were, oh man, like $8 a piece, probably like 16 bucks. So it really adds up here. This fan was only, it was like 10 or 12 bucks. It was a cheaper fan. These fittings, the Enzotech ones here, these are like $8 a piece. And then I got one of these, also red chrome dual rotary fittings. It was like $4. I got 4 of the red chrome barb fittings, one here, here, and here. That one was, again, those are like $3 or $4 a piece. It's probably another 12 bucks there. Our pump on the inside is that same Phobia DC-12 with taxes and shipping and everything. Those are about $60 to $65. Let's see, I bought, it was like $2 a piece for these little clear plugs, and now I only threw this 90 on here just to help fill it up. Otherwise, when I put the actual fluid in there, I'm probably not going to put that on there. I'll just tilt the system and fill it up that way. This flow meter I've had for a while, but I mean, these are really cheap on Amazon. It's like $6 or $7. Other than that, I used, you can see a couple more of these chrome 90-degree fittings that I'm not really going to include in the price because I already had kind of a stock of those that I'm just using. I actually took those ones off the Clear Slim since I'm going to be taking that one apart soon in a video. These cubes, again, they've been discontinued a long time. I've had them all a very long time. I used them in the previous build, so I'm not really going to include those. And then I used some of those 90-degree acrylic barb fittings that I showed in the last video. It was like a pack of 8 of those is like $5. So, like I said, I can get a more accurate, oh, and this temperature display was like $8. So, really not too bad for the non-budget build. By non-budget, I just meant I'm not paying attention to a budget. I'm not trying to get the most cheapest things possible and the cheapest build I can. But yeah, a rough estimate would be the budget build. The entire build costs the same as water cooling this one. Okay, so all of the parts and everything on this one that I just added costs about the same as the budget build, including the system. So that one, you know, 300 to 350 probably all in total with taxes and all that stuff. On the other system, including the system, including the games it comes with, including the controller, all that, this one probably costs about that much with not including the system, you know. So, but yeah, so I've got this one here, and then I would like to show I got these controllers here. See if I can turn on our light. So this one here is going to come with the budget build. So it'll be a mixture of blue. I still need to put a couple of these buttons on. This one's not screwed together yet. But and then this one here, with the exception of these analog sticks, I think these will just match a lot better here than the aluminum ones. This is the other controller it'll come with. So I kind of mixed our blue controller and our Galaxy controller. So this one's got like the Galaxy shell with blue buttons. And then this one is the opposite. So it'll come with two controllers and yeah, obviously the system, a stack of games, all the cables and stuff. But that'll be the next video I'm working on, as I'm trying to post this one today on eBay. So I will be making, of course, a detailed video on that system, what it comes with, how to empty and load the loop, even though I will ship it with fluid in it and just fully protect it and everything. So look forward to that. And yeah, so we're gonna keep running this thing. Again, just been watching like Netflix and stuff this morning, and I mean 70, it really doesn't raise in temperature much. And keep in mind, the budget build has a G1 1/4 or G1/4. I keep saying G1 1/4, that's not right. Anyway, it has a plug that's plugged into the inside that's basically sensing the temperature of the water. This one here has an actual flat sensor right in between the water block and computer chip. So this one should technically read a little warmer in terms of where it's sensing the temperature and heat from. However, because of how much more extreme the parts are in this one, completely overkill, it's probably going to run at least the same temperature, probably even cooler than the other one. So maybe we'll do a little side-by-side comparison, because obviously when I post the budget build, unless somebody does the buy it now price right away or something like that, the auction will be up for about a week or so. Good Lord. So in the meantime, we'll probably do some comparisons between the two. Other than that, we're going to start our next build, which is a Stealth 360 water-cooled build, all kind of black, carbon fiber. It's kind of what this controller, which it's not going to be exactly like this. I'm still going to change some of the buttons and stuff on here, but it'll be kind of carbon fiber. A little sneak peek of the faceplate. This one's still sealed, carbon fiber faceplate. And then everything else will be kind of black and sort of see-through. Another water block there. And then it'll have all kinds of different color UV lights and stuff once it's turned on. So that'll be pretty fun. Once that one's done, like I said, I'll probably either sell the Stealth or the Eyeball 360. And yeah, it'll be a fun build to get into. So other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.